They used to call this concern trolling, back in the early days of the manosphere, right? When people would uh, basically pretend like they really cared about you and cared about your well-being when they really weren't. Really, they were trying to plot your downfall. I was looking at a couple of people talking about this young brother missing, quote unquote, in the Dominican Republic, going down there to look for his wife. And 5 days later, he shows up and he's fine because his father tells him where he's at, which is not unusual. That happens in the United States all the time. Adults go missing in the United States all the time. I do mean all the time. Now, the story behind this young man is he got married to a Dominican woman. So he never said he was a passport bro. But he got labeled any black man that travels, that marries outside of his culture, marries a foreign woman, is already automatically labeled a passport bro. Just is. He never claimed the title. He never said he did it. People marry Dominican women all the time, especially if you're down in Florida. Happens all the time. Black men are not allowed to venture outside the block gate they call the black community. And if something befalls them, then it's automatically jumped on. Now, monthly divestors inside the United States that date and marry white men get killed all the time. Every month, there's some divestor that got killed by her white daddy. And nobody says very much. It's not national news. But a black man going to a foreign country and something befalls him, and automatically it's national news. It's all over the place. It hits the web like, oh my God, you guys are taking L's, you guys are getting whatever, yada, 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 right? White men do that all the time. White men come up missing all the time. White men come up in body bags all the time. Nobody says anything. But when a black man does it, especially outside of the black community, black women have a fit. Black women have a fit. Oh my God, you can't go down there, because they want all the other black men to be afraid. Oh my God, you can't go down there. You're not going to be safe. You're going to mess with these women's and they're going to drug you and they're going to rob you and they're going to kill you. They're going to kidnap you. Blah, 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 blah. That's what they call concern trolling. They're really not concerned about you and your welfare, because the same women inside the United States that you date will do the same thing. You have far more chance of getting robbed and killed inside the United States by black women than you do going overseas. I can't tell you the number of guys that going on a date, not prostitution, not buying none of that, right? Trying to go on a date through a social media app or through a dating app and set up to be robbed, set up to be killed. Nobody really talks about that. That's not a big deal, but let a brother go overseas and that happens too. Because the amount of others, non-black men that wind up in these situations is like 10 to 1. 10 to 1. But black women are so loud because they don't want you to leave. And they want to scare all the other people that are still inside the pen that want to escape. That's what they're talking about. A white man can go all over the country, impregnate all kinds of women all over the world, and nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. A black man cannot do one thing wrong once. Austin Holloman found that out. Austin Holloman found out by being down in Brazil. He didn't even do anything to the woman. He just asked her a question, and the black one filled up her head with all kind of nonsense. And next thing you know, the cops are coming out looking at him. Not because he did anything wrong, not because he did anything to her. It's because what they perceived, what he said. He had to leave Brazil for a minute. Not because he did anything, it's because what somebody says. White men sell their stuff and go over to the Philippines and get taken, or go to the Thailand and get taken all the time. They know what the game is. They go to Africa, they get taken all the time. Nobody says anything. But all it is that black women want black men to be miserable with them. That's all it is. They don't want black men to be happy. They want to be miserable. Black women are not happy unless they got their foot on a black man's neck. If they don't have their foot on your neck, they are not happy. If they're not mothering you and they're not fussing at you like and henpecking you, they're not happy. And they hate that you find other women that are not going to do that to them. Now, white men and others have been going overseas, engaging in coffee girls, what I call coffee girls prostitution, forever. They got books, they got logs about how you do it, how much it costs. I can go online and I can go to certain sites and they'll tell me exactly what it costs in each country for punani. Tell me exactly how much it costs for punani and where to get it, and then give me a nice little broad range of what I can get. White men publish this stuff all the time. Nobody says anything. The DR, as far as prostitution, was opened up by white men. So was Colombia, so was Brazil, so was Thailand and the Philippines. But it's normal for them to do it. But a black man can't engage. And if he engages, then he's looked down upon. Rich Japanese men go to the Philippines, they go to Thailand, they go to Brazil, and they have a real good time and they pay money. They pay big money. Nobody says anything. Nobody says when black women and IG models go to Dubai and get broken off. Nobody says squat. Oh, that's a come up for them. They go out and they get defecated on and get peed on, all kind of stuff. And that's a come up for them. That's not an embarrassment. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh yeah, girl, you go get your money. But a black man goes out because he don't want to deal with the attitudes of even the pros, man, even the freaking strippers that are in the United States have freaking black girl attitudes. So a guy wants to leave someplace else and go someplace and find him a different woman. Man, they got problems. Now the story with this guy is I ascertain it, right? He moved down to Miami. He found him a long distance relationship. He brought her back. He married her inside the United States, and things were good until it wasn't. She wasn't happy. She packed up his stuff and she left. Where she went, nobody knows. So he went to find her. But any black American man will tell you that a woman does that, don't go look for her. Black women do this all the time. They do this all the time. This is common for black women, and they brag about it. In fact, there was one video, maybe I can find it, where this woman says, and this is back in the 50s. Back in the 50s, this is an old woman talking about her mother. Back in the 40s and 50s, right? Where the black woman black wife plotted for years. Let's say bought another house, bought a car, got the mortgage, and when she did, she took all the stuff and she moved all the stuff to another spot. When he got home from work, nobody was there, and they never came back. He never found them. This is common. This is common amongst black people. I've heard these stories from the time I was 4 or 5 or 6 years old till I'm still hearing them. That happens. But I'm getting sick and tired of fear-mongering black men not to be passport bros or not to travel or not to go overseas and live. Everybody tell you, going overseas just by itself, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, there's always a risk. Now, the risk can be minimized, but there's always a risk. There's a risk in going to freaking Chicago. There's a risk for me going to East LA, and I've lived in this city damn near all my life. There's certain places in this city that I cannot go without a maximum risk of losing my life. And everybody knows where those spots are. So saying that your life is in more risk traveling to someplace else than it is in the United States, I would beg to differ. Short of going to Mexico and going down there where the drug cartels are, even going down to drug country, if you're a black American, they are not going to mess with you. I know black Americans that live in cartel country. You're an American. You outside the system. They're not going to mess with you unless you do something. So I'm getting tired of this beating their chest and crowing and say that's what they get and this is justified. And oh my God, you should be afraid. You should be very afraid and not go overseas and not mess with these women's. Nobody tells that chick, tells that those women that go to Dubai and come up missing. Last year, there were 6 women, African American women, that went to Gambia to find a man and got married. 6 of them. In 1 year, they all came up missing. They all came up dead. I shouldn't say missing. Came up dead. I didn't hear sisters in the comment section crying about how black women shouldn't travel or shouldn't go someplace and find a man or go someplace where their life could be at risk. I don't hear them crying about that. And black women travel to the DR just as much as black men do because they're right behind you. Black women travel to Colombia just like we do, and they're right behind you, trying to control what black men do by trying to shame us, try to make us afraid, try to say that we're not getting what we're looking for, like we're some little 12-year-old kid that's never been out. Come on, stop. Passport Bros been around since 2018. It's been popular since 2020, and you guys are still on that stuff, even though we got video evidence and testimonies where this stuff does work. Y'all need to lay off of it. I don't know why you guys, well, I do know why. I do know why you guys are so adamant and against Passport Bros, because they're showing the world what you're really like. They're showing the world that what you're really like, because the Passport Bros go overseas, and guess what? No matter what happens to them, no matter if the Passport Bros winds up missing or anything like that, guess what? Guess what they do not say? They do not say that Passport Bros have an attitude, Passport Bros cause trouble, Passport Bros are not friendly, Passport Bros are not wanted. None of that. It's one thing you don't hear. Guess what you hear about them sisters when they go overseas? They have attitudes, they got bad attitudes, nobody want to be with them, they got mouth, they got all the other kind of problems that they bring with them. There's a brother in Tanzania that they thought they could do what the men do. So they go to Tanzania. We've had about 10 of them that one of the men, and one of the black men, an African man in Tanzania. They got them, they married them, right? Okay? Couldn't stay married. They couldn't keep their mouths shut. They couldn't regulate their mouths. Next thing you know, they're walking into the police station talking about, he hit me. Like they're in America. I'm going to get the man on him. I'm going to get the cops on him. I'm going to get the cops to come regulate him like they do in America. Oops, sorry. Go back to your husband. And they go crying to him like he can do something. They'd expose black women for what they really are. Just like the one I did today about these black women in Thailand. Now, why the hell you go to Thailand when you know you're looking for black American men? And that's the first thing she said. The women come over looking for black American men. The dusties that you just left. You come 10,000 miles to look for the very man that you left in the States. Not an Asian man, not a Thai man, not a Chinese man, the man that you just left. Giving this chick, after she got pregnant from a Chinese man, dated him, they couldn't get along. She got pregnant, still can't get along. Now they're looking for a black stepdaddy. Because we're the only ones that can get along with your asses. That's something that they talk about. They played the thing with O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? They played his clip about the Passport Bro. O'Shea doesn't say very much because he knows the only thing worse than a Passport Bro is a passport sis. And what O'Shea said, don't come over here looking for a husband, bring your husband with you. And black women know the only people on this planet that can tolerate them for a long period of time is their own men. Because we've been socialized to do it. That's why no matter where you go, they're going to follow you. All it is they're going to bring the gynocracy to wherever they're at and transfer it to a different location so they can live in an exotic place with the same life. because they know they can't pull a guy from over there. They can't pull a guy from Colombia. They can't pull a guy from Panama. The only people that can tolerate them for a long period of time, and sometimes vice versa, is their own black men. I can't tell you about how many women go to Panama trying to follow black men and black soldiers that are retired there or go there to live. You bounce over there, first thing you start looking for is him. You're waiting for him to get broken up from that girl, that particular girl, and that particular group of women so that you can swoop in and get him. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's a video where this chick is solo traveling in the Philippines and she can't do it herself. And so guess what? She crashes two black guys who are actually on vacation in the Philippines, and they happen to accept her. She was so happy because that's what she went looking for in the first place. She went looking for a black guy in the Philippines. She wouldn't go there by herself unless she knew there was black people there already, black American people already. You don't see black American women going down to Brazil to get married or find a wife or even find a girlfriend. There's only certain places they can go to actually find a mate. They don't even go to Europe and get married. Only a couple of places they can go. Basically, that is the Caribbean, particularly Jamaica, Ghana, and maybe Nigeria, if they can find a Nigerian man and he can take her back. So the rest of this stuff I don't want to hear. Basically, the experiment has already been run, and what they're finding out and what black women don't want to admit, that they're the problem, not us. Jermaine ain't the problem, it's Keisha. Keisha gonna be Keisha no matter where she goes. And the last thing I want to say, because I keep hearing this, women are the same all over the world. No, they are not. They're not even the same in the United States. Everybody knows that a black woman is not the same as a white woman. Inside the United States, a black woman will tell you that. A white woman, a black woman is not going to treat you the same. A Latina in America is not going to treat you the same as a black woman. I know, because my son, that's all he dates. That's all he has. He got 2 kids by 2 Latinas. And the stuff that would normally cause a big ruckus in his life, barely a thing. And his sisters they put up with it. They put up with it. The black woman in the family, the gynocracy puts up with it, but they don't like it. When you go to family events, you can see the divide. The black women sit on one side, the Latina women sit on another. Now the black men and the Latino men, we mix in just fine. They know. Not the same. I know that they're not the same. They're not even the same here. So I know they're not the same when you go to a third world country. They're trained differently. They're not even the same as when you go to Africa. They're not trained the same. Even the same color, same body build, same everything. They are not the same. The Africans will tell you they're not even the same from tribe to tribe. So they are women the same? Bunk. Bull. They're not the same. If that was the case, then everything would be vanilla. It wouldn't matter whether it was a white woman, a black woman, a Latina woman. It wouldn't even matter. They'd all blend in together. Everybody knows it's bunk. Everybody knows it's bullshit. That's called a cultural difference. Culture matters a lot. Culture matters a lot. I even talk about the divorce rate, which is a joke. Black women, the only people that get divorced more are lesbians. Black women, divorce rate is about 70%. Guess what a foreign divorce rate is? If you get a foreign woman, get a foreign wife, guess what the divorce rate is? 12%. 12. You got an 8 times better chance getting a foreign bride staying with her than you do with a black woman. So I don't want to hear this crap about all women the same. Everybody knows that's not freaking true. Otherwise, you would not go overseas looking for another kind of woman. If you're going to get the exact same thing for the exact same price someplace else, you would not travel and try to get it. There would be no reason to go to the DR and get the same thing that you get right here for the same price. There would be no reason. There's a reason you go. There's a reason that you go. There's a reason O'Shea Duke Jackson is not coming back to the United States. So there's a reason for that. He's a passport bro himself. He ain't coming back. Haven't seen his American girlfriend. Strange how that happens. Anyhow, that's all I got for this one before I really get wound up, because this could be a 2-hour rant. I'm not going to make it a 2-hour rant. But you know what? Like I said, the experiment's already been run. Everybody knows that Passport Keisha is at the bottom and Passport Bros are at the top. It is what it is. They're asking for black men all over the planet now. And Keisha don't like it, because Keisha can't keep up. And all that crap they talk about black men being dusty and no good, guess what? That's been proven wrong. That narratives they put on and try to paternalize us and mother us and smother us and say, you know nothing without us, that's bull. And black men are waking up and finding it out. You don't need Keisha. You can be with whatever woman that you want. You got 4 billion women on the planet. You got options. You got tons of options. All you got to do is go get it. Anyhow, we got here. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.